Hey guys, with the Anime Bugs, I'm Az,
Jay.
and this is episode 9 of Black Clover. You guys know what's happening. The last episode was a setup for this one. I don't want to talk too much. I just want to see if what happens in this episode because there was something mysterious. Let's
Yep,
go.
can't
Without
wait.
wasting any time.
That was too quick for transition. um, yeah. The last episode was a setup episode. We are here in Saucy Village, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
With an S,
Apparently,
double S.
there's a stone hidden here and a group of
Everyone knows.
magic
Let's
knights.
go.
It looks
Everyone's
like.
impatient. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill this
Come here to investigate.
magic stone.
Oh no, they're not creation magic. They're he's the captain. They're probably members.
He's not a captain.
I mean, probably.
Wait, is he the captain? Did you see him?
No. Sorry.
No, right?
No. Yeah, but they can turn themselves into mist. What?
What's that sound? So cute. Why is that so cute?
Why is that so weird?
I love this book.
Oh, this is like
Why
Hunter Hunter.
Why are they using Why are they using human voices for voicing these beasts? This has reminded me of Konosuba more than Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. So he doesn't have a lot of stamina,
No, they probably traveled very far, so he's like,
but still,
I'm tired.
anywhere he has to travel for a mission. If he's tired already before the mission starts, then how is he of any use?
Which is why teleportation magic is so useful, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's such a big target. How?
It's constantly getting deflected, man. It's like very, it's like she's aiming correctly, but it gets deflected. I think. Oh,
Oh man, this guy.
how much?
A lot of meat. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's nearby.
Seriously?
I'm just gonna be mischievous.
Got a big head.
What the heck? Spanking. In rain? Don't you think you're going to be...
Yeah, not the best time to. Oh, he gave him the lesson about real men. Yeah, thought so. But he probably didn't get entry because he was from a village or something.
魔法騎士団の入団試験を受けてみないか。 俺が入団試験を？お前はいい筋をしている。辺境だろうが、下民だろうが、何の関係がある？わしが叶えられなかった
Age
夢
of
も、
Dawn.
お前なら男になれ、マグナ。で魔法騎士団って何すんだ？そんなことも知らんのかい！
Okay, that was well timed. So it's not yummy. At least the first one. He's dead. I swear.
I mean, anyone gets a backstory, they're dead.
Okay, so that adds a lot of context to the poker scene. Okay, I take back most of what I said.
Uh-oh.
I told you.
No,
The village
wait.
is already raided or something.
There's a
Oh.
mist.
Dome of mist.
随分天気悪い村っすね。
Dude, weather doesn't work like that. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
No, this feels like an RPG game, like you're here to investigate.
こんな強力なのは村人の魔法じゃねえな。おい、はいっす。お前の剣でこの切り裂け。はいっす。剣では切りませんよ。
That's not normal mist.
バカはてめえだ。そう。
Wow, this is the most powerful ability there could be.
I want to see
It's
how
so-
it works against someone powerful directly.
Yeah.
そこをまっすぐだ。気をつけろ。
Oh, I see. They're being held hostage.
But is it the same Yeah,
Oh.
they are literally being held hostage by icicles.
処刑
No, it what?
爆殺散々負け
Started.
騎士団が助けに来てくれた。
マグナじゃねえかニク何が起こってやがるんだ
Okay,
Is
that
he
was
dead?
quick.
シーさんおいしっかりしろ恩長俺たちを守って
He's dead?
What?
じいちゃん。
人が
Yeah,
てめえの
just
仕
like
業か
that.
よくも時間を狂わせてくれたな
Okay.
Something to do with this timer.
10秒後
I think he's waiting for something.
にやべえ
That
魔
is,
力が足りね
yeah, that is pretty big. Come on, Asta.
えアスタ
Did it work? Okay, he's too OP. Asta's too OP.
It's so
It's the
interesting.
perfect foil.
Yeah, it's like he's not too OP, but it's just the ability of his is like
許さん
But what?
can be worked with.
Can it?
Can
Can
we
anyone
work
else use that
against-
sword?
Huh?
Can anyone else use that sword?
No, it's this grimoire, right?
なんなんだお前らダイヤモンド
Yeah.
王国のスパイでも裏を
He's waiting for something to happen.
なさそうだ
Diamond Kingdom. What?
こいつら
Yeah, so it must be a rival.
Yeah, yeah.
魔法騎士団の者が来るとは
So this is from someone outside the Black Clover Kingdom. The
我
Clover
々
Kingdom.
の霧の結界を破って黒の防御魔法騎士団の中で浮いているそやな異端の連中か5分だ何もしとっとと始末し
Oh, I see. They probably questioned them.
霧魔法キース様に近づけると思うな霧に惑い誰が惑うかさっきの私の氷魔法の霧を解いかは分からんがいつの剣は魔法を無効化するここの村人たちを皆殺しにしようとしたのかって聞いてんだこの世界はいくつかの地域に
What the
God
heck?
damn it. No, wait, what? Wait. 1 second. 1 second. I'll get to this.
Exposition time. Okay, take a screenshot. Can you pause?
1 second. I will get back to this.
Noble realm, the common realm.
Where
Okay.
is the Black Clover Kingdom? The Clover Kingdom.
Black. Okay. I'm making a huge map here.
God damn it. I
Okay,
love
it's-
maps, but this is
It's
not the
in the
right.
center. Common realm. I mean, it's not like a detailed map.
No, it's not that. There is a lot of countries around it also.
Yeah, it's like a small region, right?
This,
Common realm. Then there's
1 second. This world is split. So this is it. This is the world. Can't be the whole world, right?
no. Maybe the rest of the world follows a similar pattern of.
Yeah. Saucy and Rayaka are in the Forsaken realm.
Oh yeah.
Forsaken. That's an interesting word. Forsaken.
And where's
it doesn't come
Hage?
under the responsibilities of the noble.
Where's Hage village? See, it's not even here.
Haji.
Haji village. Yeah, it's not even here.
Let's
王や
wait.
貴族が住む大き海この組織の村は境外海にある
So it's free real estate.
I'm an idiot. Heart Kingdom and Diamond Kingdom
And
are.
Spade Kingdom. There are cards.
Yeah, obviously. It took me that long to figure that out. I mean, you figured it out. So Spade, Diamond, and Heart are
And club. Where's club?
the three clover is the club.
Oh.
I'm an idiot. I mean, there was no way of knowing that beforehand. And this is the Clover Kingdom, right? The clubs.
Yeah.
Three clover is basically clubs.
Yeah.
Dude, they're playing a cards game last.
Yeah. That was foreshadowing.
What the heck? Okay.
Wait, Clover
so the Heart
Kingdom.
Kingdom and Diamond Kingdom are outside the borders, right? And this is the Clover Kingdom, the darkened three centers: Forsaken, Common, and Noble. Basically, the three walls: Wall, Maria, Sina, and Rose.
But shouldn't it be here?
I mean,
No,
it
these
won't
are
be a-
just neighboring kingdoms.
Yeah. The ones written in katakana, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can't even see Spade Kingdom.
Yeah, exactly.
Over there. Yeah.
境外海
Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm
この組織の
on
村は
track.
境外海にあ
They
る
don't. He doesn't know.
Because he's a commoner, like, he's not educated on these things.
Holy shit. We're getting the answers.
I mean, we
So it's set in stone, or at least perceived to be.
at least that is what is believed.
One second. The inferior race can only use enough magic.
Race?
That's how they treat them.
Oh, hold on.
See,
No.
see, the three realms, right, is how the nobles have segregated the people, and that's how they rule, and that's how they build their priorities.
Oh, one second. Forsaken. Oh my god, it's too much exposition.
This
Forsaken
this
realm.
makes up for the last episode.
Yeah, a lot. Okay, Clover Kingdom.
Okay.
I was wondering why.
Okay.
But we did say once that it looks like haha, it looks like a club.
We didn't
Yeah, we did at one point.
because normally a clover flower, I don't even know if it exists or not.
A 3-leaf clover looks
It's
like a
basically
club.
a club.
Yeah.
I mean
Um,
that might be where the symbol for the clubs comes from. Okay, so sorry guys if we are pausing, but this is
This is too big.
yeah, we can't wait for
Okay,
later on.
Forsaken Realm is yeah, people who have the most inferior, basically, is what.
And this is knowledge only for nobles, or at least even in the nobles, some people who basically manage and administer.
Yeah,
all
he's
this.
pretty,
Yeah.
up there, maybe.
Mhm. They're
They had
inferior
no
race.
idea about that's very
I'm
important.
going to come back to this so
Yeah.
many times.
Knowledge was, previously hidden. See, even they're surprised. They don't
I'm
know
so
anything.
I'm so happy that it is like a system
Yeah.
limited to magic.
Knowledge was limited, yeah.
Steal time.
お前らも騎士団に入れるほどの魔力を持っているんだろう。こいつらが取るに足らん獣に見えないか。華やかな暮らしをしてんだろう
This is awesome.
羨ましいなら行ってみればいいのに。上では魔力が強い人しか生きていけない。魔力が弱い
Okay,
人
so she knows at least.
あるの同じ人間なのにね。じゃあ俺が魔法騎士団に入って。
But that is impossible to begin with.
There's so much I want to talk about. I want to pause like 10 times.
Oh my god.
You did you notice
They
the
all-
structure?
Yeah.
But I can't concentrate. One second.
Yeah, let's just
Imagine complaining before this episode.
dude, the way he says had enough magical power to join the magic.
Yeah.
Like that is
I know,
enough
the
for you
wording,
to
the
be
wording, the
yeah.
wording.
Okay, this show
One second, stop. Otherwise I won't be able to edit this out. There's so many implications for the Wizard King.
Dude, is definitely royalty. There's no
Yeah.
way.
It's like it's an anomaly that they can't explain, and it basically endangers the whole
Control
control
system,
system.
yeah.
and the way it fades in the flashback for them.
そう簡単にはいかない
I just love it when people get rewarded for paying attention to the details and it gets answered.
同じ人間なのにね。
hmm
ふーん
Hierarchy based on
俺が魔法
magic.
騎士団に入って。
It's like becoming the king is only possible if you are born into that family, but the magic that's been bestowed on you is so abstract
No,
and
it's not
vague.
that. It's not that.
Then-
See, okay, I'll tell you later.
no, the fact that he
The only way to challenge the system and change it is through the route of the knights and the wizard king, because everything else is, closed
exactly. That's why
that's why
he even thinks that it's possible because yeah, but he does because
The
you
only
can't
way
measure
challenge.
magic, right? You can say okay,
you can't say that no, you can't reach this position
Yeah.
because it's through your
your
potential.
grimoire and
And
potential,
not from where you're born, but because the whole system is built to work against the commoners, so that only the royalty and nobility can reach those things. So it's very well crafted
yeah,
to keep them in their place.
yeah,
This is basically if you guys have seen Snowpiercer,
yeah. Basically,
your preordained position.
it's like they're giving them enough hope, but it's like
you had enough to reach this.
to reach
the
here,
wording for that.
like to look forward to, because people can sometimes rebel or be disobedient otherwise. It's like controlling a revolution.
There are so many pauses in this. Sorry.
お前ごときに盛り上げられたら苦労ねえよ。
お前が獣と呼んだその人たちは俺が
That's what
守る
the
べき
name of the
存在だ
episode is, not those beasts. These guys. And that makes sense for the exam also. Like they didn't really put them through the grinder. They just saw where you're from, what you can do. Okay, that's enough.
Exactly, your grimoire has already been
Exactly.
it's just a little bit of okay, we gave you a chance, but it's obviously already been decided. It also ties in with what Noelle said, your destiny's already been set.
Right.
He didn't just say that.
Yeah, everything makes sense. now.
Yeah, it makes sense.
この薄汚い獣どもが大事か。
これは
This is the gap.
無限
Okay,
氷
so you
歴か
can compound.
この
Mag-
状況でも
other
獣の群れ
spells.
を守れるか
I wonder if this is the mindset of all nobility.
好きではないな境界
I mean, it's in the air.
刃
So.
は次から次へとできるぞ俺もアスタも村人を守るの俺の魔力はもう尽きかけてるときた
That music again.
任務になっちまいやがったな
Yeah,
やべえぜこりゃ
I need to call backup.
投げ出しちゃういつまで持つかなほどの人員不足と見える
Oh,
こいつらを見捨てればお前らは助かるぞあれが見捨てるか男ってのはな
私は
the fact that he's like checking how long this will take.
この
Yeah,
中で一番魔力を
this is
持ってるの
basically
に
your people,
出るのいこ
kind of.
この中で
royalty.
一番魔力をも完璧に足手まといじゃない
こいつらを見捨てればお前らは助かるぞ
そうよ私は王族よこんな村で死ぬなんてあってはならないのよ
I like that she's struggling with it, with her conscience. Is this the sight of a beast, Noelle?
こんな小さな女の子が助けを求めてるのに私が守るのよ
Wait, what?
The spell is being written.
新しい
It's like intuitively being written.
行かない
Okay.
Okay.
This was the episode, man. What is happening?
She made a barrier.
私が守る私は王族
She has a lot of power.
黒の防御の一員よ
Exactly right. Which that
And
she
finally
can't
she can control her
him.
powers.
Yeah. Also, new spell.
A defensive spell, not something
Yeah.
attacking. That's why maybe she can control it. Different way to channel the spell.
Yeah. She doesn't have a target.
There's
It's just-
so much, man. Like, fucking God.
This is the best episode.
Easily. Like this more than made up for the last episode.
I have a theory for the grimoires now. Remember that one girl who said her grimoire was almost empty? It's like when a person changes, new spells are made or something.
Separation reunion. What? Okay. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Ah, god damn it! It got spoiled.
What the heck?
The first frame. Okay, so he's not dead.
Obviously, how can he die so easily? Jeez.
Yeah, but it didn't feel right.
Even
The-
Asta said, wait, a person can die this easily?
No, it's not that. The way that scene was played out,
Yeah,
it
it
didn't
felt
feel
like,
earned.
yeah. Wow, this feels like Magna was the least important.
And then Magnus backstory.
Yeah, I really hope there's no translation error because the choice of words were very,
Yeah.
very specific.
This is episode 8 or 9.
Yeah. When does this get bad? I don't know. I don't understand. Why did people? How is this?
How
How
did
is this
people
not?
not understand
Yeah.
the implications of this?
Why do people are like, oh, this is generic? This is not generic shonen. Are you
There's
kidding?
so many things that are being foreshadowed here.
Very
yeah,
plain and
you introduce
simple.
maps. My eyes are awake
Yeah.
now. Now I definitely know that the Wizard King is not a good guy.
You know what? I think that happened to make people idealize the Wizard King.
Yeah, it's an honor, right, to get into the Magic Knights and aspire to be the Wizard King.
And to see the Wizard King as our protector.
So they don't question
Mm-hmm.
the whole system.
Yeah, the Wizard King protected us.
Yeah, from beasts and other territories outside the Clover Kingdom. All right, that was the best episode, hands down.
This is the best episode.
Anyone that saw the first few episodes of Black Clover and thought it was a shit show, I don't know what you guys are on.
Yeah, we are being very honest.
the world
I
building-
am so
the world building.
surprised.
I'm so happy
I'm so happy and surprised.
that our theories,
Yeah,
there is substance to it.
yeah.
Okay, so the world building was awesome. We'll start with this. I think we've talked most of the points during the reaction because we couldn't wait for
Yeah,
it.
we
So
couldn't wait for
apologies
it.
that there were a lot of pauses.
Yeah.
So
But this is
so
huge.
This is huge. And I don't know. This is exposition, but the way it was presented, right, and who presented it to whom. It's kind of your whole world is now tilted upside down, whatever you're thinking of. And if he's speaking like this, then that has so many implications for how everyone else in the royalty, how they think of the common people. They just don't speak on their face, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this we pretty much discussed the whole world, and it's like, I don't know how to say it, but the way it's circular shaped, right? It's like a flower, and the at the center is and the hierarchy is determined by the elevation points.
Yeah, that's what I also thought. Like in one episode we did
Yeah,
see, we
in
just
episode 3.
discussed that it's at an elevation. So I think it goes like this, right? It goes like low to high. It
Yeah,
goes up. Yeah.
yeah, and the kingdom is at the top,
Mm-hmm.
the palace at least,
Mm-hmm.
right? And another interesting thing is that there are two kings, the king, the royal king, and the wizard king, right? And the path to the wizard king, even though the whole system is built against any common person achieving that, and this was hinted back in episode 1, right? That Haji village, there's been there have been decades or maybe never like that a person reached the magic knight squad, which makes sense now because the whole system is against them. You get a
Yeah.
grimoire where your potential is determined already, and you're
Mhm.
stunted before you even have the chance, right?
Mhm.
And so unfair.
It's like a deterministic system.
Not
Like,
deterministic.
Hmm?
A predetermined system.
wait, is that the opposite?
Deterministic is something else.
Oh, okay, okay. So predetermined. Yeah, this makes, all the lines of your, even Nozzle saying this to Noel, that your destiny has already been set. He didn't just say that, it really makes sense now.
No, that is different. That is different because she is royalty. That is different.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah, the thing with Asta and I'm pretty sure now that he's nobility.
Yeah, about Asta and yeah, that puts.
But still not answered that whether it's because it's a system and everything is working against them, so they can't achieve it, or whether it's set in stone, like the source of magic is, which is the grimoires, right? So what if the whoever creates the grimoires is basically, yeah? So that is it, right? It's actually the case that commoners cannot achieve the magic. Like there's
Look,
a certain block.
Yeah, it could be two things. It's like they're made to believe this, and that's how it's being controlled, or it's
Yeah, which
already
came
a
first?
fact.
Which
Yeah,
came
which
first?
came first. Yeah.
I think the perception came first, and then they made the system around it, and the Wizard King is basically behind all this. Okay, so Asta is the perfect foil for all that.
But the magic source thing, right? When we saw the the what's his name, William, summoning that tree, he had so much magic power. He had so much. That he was taking magic from a certain source.
Yeah, that thing hasn't been answered till now. But
Mm.
I really like the wordings that this guy used. His name is Lord Hiat. So
Yeah,
he's
but
a lord,
Mhm.
but they didn't recognize where he's from. I mean, if he's outside this kingdom, I'm not sure.
I don't think he's outside this kingdom.
Then he was surprised. Magna was surprised that he couldn't recognize him.
Or you know what? Maybe he is, but since the royalty doesn't care about the Forsaken realm, so they're like, yeah, do whatever you want.
Guild heretics. Okay, right. So he said words like inferior race, and you had enough
You
magical.
had enough magic to
to
join
get-
the Magic
yeah,
Knights. Yeah.
This is the end point. This is
Yeah.
as
You're
high
like
as you go.
you're like as high as you go. Yeah.
And he refers to them as beasts, and he tries to show them that you're also similar. Like you look at common people as if they're beasts, which might be true for most people who get into Magic Knights, right? And we saw that during the exam also, how the other participants were treating these guys as from your commoners, and what can you do. So that is deeply rooted in every hierarchy. Everyone who is
Yeah.
above someone looks down at the other one, because your magic system is basically the only rule and law that governs anything and everything, even though they're all humans.
Yeah. And then
I really
there's
feel like
so many questions
I
around
really
who
feel like
creates the
I really feel
grimoires.
like the royalty and the nobles have controlled this system, and they're working against they're working for their own like they've built it for their own they've made it to favor themselves, right? So
I think okay, this is what I'm predicting. I could be wrong, obviously. It could also be a thing of bloodlines, but what I think is happening is they have access to certain some things.
like the wizard king and the king are in cahoots.
Mm-hmm.
You help me, I'll help you with this. You help me ensure that only royalty and nobility gets this kind of magic or something, and I'll help you with all the power and the privileges that you want. Like, I don't know how powerful the Wizard King is. Like, where is the source of power coming from?
Yeah, exactly.
If that gets answered, then a lot of things will make sense. But anyway, moving on.
To the structure. The structure is also very interesting.
What?
The four there's diamond hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was-
that's
man.
interesting.
Clubs. That is the
The
Clover
Clover.
Kingdom.
Yeah.
And I like that there
Spear.
are other kingdoms, right? And that's the job of the Wizard King. The Wizard King of the Clover Kingdom, helps them against other enemies and creatures from outside, right? That's the base. That's the biggest responsibility for the
Wizard King
Wizard
to
King.
protect the
Right.
kingdom. Yeah.
I'm not sure how many things I've already said earlier. Oh, right.
The fact that this knowledge is controlled. I mean, obviously it will be controlled.
And that's why whenever, as Asta keeps climbing the ranks, there will be enemies because he basically endangers the system that they have built, right?
Yeah, about
It puts into
Asta.
question everything. That's
Yeah.
why the disdain is there for commoners.
Mhm. Yeah. Also, we definitely think Yuno's royalty. I mean, there's no way he's like a commoner like them. He has too much. He has the 4 Clover book basically.
Yeah, and before your point, just keep it in mind. Like I think we mentioned this earlier, but the only way to challenge the system is to become the Wizard King, which is what Asta says later on, right?
Mhm.
I'll get rid of those prejudices and make a village flourish. So that's
Yeah.
the only meritocratic route,
Mhm.
meritocratic route,
Mhm.
but it's full of challenges because.
And you know the most interesting thing is that we're not seeing Asta getting like his powers are not like, oh, I'll get stronger and stronger. It's more like his powers are something that just opposes the entire magic,
I like
system.
that so
And
much.
yeah, he's not some OP character. It's more like, oh, my powers are just cuts through this.
and the
System
challenges
and-
that he'll face is something that he can't just defeat through combat.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much politics and prejudice
I mean, that's
and
what
his
we're
own
hoping
people at stake. Yeah,
for. Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. That
Mhm.
it's to challenge the system.
yeah. That's so cool.
Okay.
Wow, there are no enemies, but it's like, damn, it's a grey
You were
world.
living in in a place which was so unfair and prejudiced. Okay, so Lord here, Diamond Kingdom, and yeah, his thing with the timer, right? He keeps
Yeah,
looking at
the-
his clock because,
His time is so precious to him.
like, even when he entered the village, he was like, okay, let's get this over with. 5 minutes. I'll give this 5 minutes, or
Mhm.
he just either he's sitting for something to happen, or it's this also. I think it's both. He's waiting for something to happen, and he keeps looking at the clock, waiting for these commoners or beasts.
No,
How
no,
much
I
of
don't. I
their
don't
time
think
they will
he's.
waste.
I don't think he's waiting. I think he is
Oh yeah,
really like.
he was asking them questions, right?
Yeah, why would he waste? It's more like, I don't want to waste my time here. This is
Yeah.
like such a. Yeah, it's like he had no choice to come, but to come here because they're looking for something. They're looking for.
And say
An
he is
artifact.
alive because we saw it in the first frame of the next episode's preview. So no comments there. I'll get to the flashback with
Magna.
But let's talk about Noelle. So it was pretty interesting, and I am so happy that she can finally control a magic which is a defensive magic, not attack. So maybe that's why it worked. But why did the new spell get written right then and there? Was it like, what are the conditions for a new spell to be written? Is it predetermined knowledge, or is it certain conviction that you have,
Mm-hmm.
or is it certain mindset or certain need, like like you really needed this spell to be there for you, so the grimoire can read your thoughts or intentions. Like, there's a very deep connection between the wielder of the grimoire and the mage.
But don't you think that can get too convenient sometimes?
Right. That will be the proxy for willpower.
Yeah. Wow. How convenient. I was going to say
you
something.
did mention, right, the thing with the empty grimoire.
Yeah, that one comment some random character made in the first episode itself, I think. Yeah, she was like, "Oh, it's empty, but I'll fill this soon," or something like that.
Oh, that makes sense, right? The physical, the physical appearance of the book, how thick or large the book is. That's why people comment, or oh, your grimoire is so small because you only have limited potential because you can only put a certain number of new spells
In it, yeah.
in it. Yeah. So bigger, thicker book means that you have a
Lot more variation, lot more power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm.
the reason why this
Also,
episode, yeah, just one second. The
Oh.
reason why this episode is so special is because it answers so many questions that we had.
mm,
So you really feel rewarded. Yeah.
yeah, her magic, right? How it gets deflected. I thought it was interesting that it's like her magic is getting deflected by every other object or user, but Asta's magic deflects other
Deflects
users'
and
magic.
repels.
Yeah. So she kind of has the opposite problem. Um.
Because he's a melee weapon. He has a melee weapon, right?
Mhm.
That's not exactly magic. She's using projectile
Yeah.
magic.
Yeah, I don't think they're related or anything, but I just feel like that was interesting. There's something definitely wrong. Like there's some kind of defect she was born with.
It's not that. It's I think her magic works differently because we saw her at least in the previous episode, like not previous episode when she was trapped in a ball of water. There was which is pretty similar to this, like a defense mechanism.
Oh, what if it's like think of it like a, you know, it's like projecting. Her projecting doesn't work, but but she can, do the reverse. Like she can bring magic towards herself, kind of.
I'm not sure.
Because
I think,
she created a barrier around herself, right? She was not attacking.
right.
Yeah, she
I
can
re-
defend herself basically
I
very
really
well.
like the scene where she's thinking. I mean, I have a lot of magical powers, so a lot of responsibilities. But then her brother's thoughts comes into her mind, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm royalty. There's no reason for me to be here." And then she gets challenged right at this moment. Like, what are you going to do? You have to make a decision. When she asks for help, and then she realizes, no, these are the people that I have to protect. These are the people who gave me respect, and not the royalty. And I think she's more powerful than any of the Black Bull squads other than Yami.
Yeah, we don't know anything about Yami. This is why I was also thinking Yami is royalty. If he's that powerful, we haven't seen how powerful he is, but I
Hmm.
mean, yeah.
I like this. Okay. uh, there's probably some things that we are not covering. Maybe we'll cover the next episode.
Mm.
But yeah, coming to Magna's backstory, which I thought was going to be the highlight for this episode.
Yeah, but just in a few minutes.
Yeah. So initially we thought that Yami was the one who took him in, and he was an orphan, but it was Sehi.
Say.
Sehi, yeah.
Mm.
And which makes the poker scene in the last episode a lot more.
Mhm.
There's a lot more context now. I thought it was a throwaway scene, but no, it's not that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it improves on
Mhm.
one. It improves the last episode also,
Mhm.
in hindsight.
It also means that they go there regularly or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And,
that was funny.
and when
got
he
spanked.
like through the various challenges and duels, he keeps teaching him, and this was his first teacher. Because if he's a delinquent, he's probably an orphan, and he's an orphan, right? He already told him. So he teaches him discipline and gives him the inspiration to go into the Magic Knight squad. So this guy means a lot to him, and he had the potential to enter into the squads, but maybe they denied him or something.
Oh,
And he
and
passes on to his dream to
yeah.
Magna.
He must have been. Yeah, I maybe we'll get his story in the next episode. Why he couldn't get into the Magic Knights, and he was like, "Oh, you have potential." And we also don't know where Magna came from, right? We know he came from Rayaka village or whatever, but maybe he doesn't know where he was born and stuff.
And he gives him the railman dialogue. Also,
Yeah.
Which he keeps muttering back
yeah.
to Asta.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Because he feels like a responsibility towards Asta, right? Because someone was there for him to teach him. And Asta is in a similar position. That's why.
Yeah, Asta, right? We also see Asta working so hard all the time, and he's so pumped up and stuff. Like he works really hard. Now just imagine if he comes to realize that all of that has no meaning.
Yeah, I really liked how his whole idea was challenged, and I want to know.
Yeah, I want to know
what
when he realizes that, like, if it's really true, does he like reject that idea or does he give in?
Because it's one thing to know coming from someone like the
the royalty.
no the nun back in the village, right? And then another thing to see it face to face
Yeah, exactly.
with someone who is that person. Awesome. Damn, I want to watch the next episode, but we already watched 2 episodes today. I'm pretty sure there are more things that are left, but yeah, it's getting too long. So we'll cut at this one. Oh yeah, the bird follows Asta everywhere. protecting him, right? That's
Yeah.
one thing that I wrote.
Overlooking.
And we also now know a good estimate of how much mana source Magna has. From near the noble realm to the Forsaken realm, he gets tired.
Also, now the magic system is so irrelevant now because
It's not irrelevant.
it's not irrelevant, but it's more like that's
You have to
not
look
the
at it
important
with a
thing.
new lens.
Yeah, it's more about the
And
control system of magic.
I hope they keep it towards this and not towards what we thought initially in the previous episode, because this is like a hell
This
of a lot more
changes the
interesting.
story a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And she is very important to this whole thing, right?
obviously.
And so is and Asta. Yeah.
Yeah, all three of them.
All right. All right.
Anomalies.
Three different
basically.
angles.
Mhm.
Okay, that was it. Otherwise, I'll keep talking. Oh man. Okay, this episode was awesome.
Yeah, best episode.
Easily.
Now we want more of Black
And
Clover.
I mean this in the truest sense.
Yeah, this is like we are being very very honest here.
Okay.
This show is awesome. We wish we
Potentially
could
speaking.
yeah, potentially how it's building up itself,
All right. Cut. That's it for this one. Catch you in the next episode. Thanks
Yeah,
for watching.
bye.
Bye.